Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
Welcome back to Bengals On The Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. I'm your host, Joe Goodberry. This is episode 252, and the Bengals made a move that not many expected. Not many, and I'm thinking even the people that heard things, that it could be a possibility, or even if you're just one that was dreaming of them going after a all-pro, Pro Bowl level player, you didn't think it was going to happen. They made the trade for Dexter Lawrence, if you didn't know. If you've been under a rock, or if, hey, maybe you're enjoying your weekend. They traded the 10th overall pick for Dexter Lawrence and have gotten a very, very good player. And we're going to watch the tape. I've already done the analysis of what, the trade signifies, could mean, the effects of everyone. Today's just the film. So if you're looking for the film review, you're in the right spot. Go back to the last episode if you want to hear me just talk for 50 minutes. We went live here on the First Star Logistics YouTube channel, and right after it happened, and just talked it over and took comments and questions and just went over the vibes, and it was a good time to hang out. So if you're looking for that, go back an episode, then come back and watch the film. Or not, fine. You're in the right spot for the film review. Let's kick it off. Big old Dexter Lawrence, number 97, is what they call Sexy Dexy. That's what they call him. Massive player, obviously, right? We're going to see his size. He's not always lined up at the nose. He is primarily a nose tackle. When I say nose, it's usually in these positions right there, right? You're handling the A-gaps, which are the gaps next to the center. Here, he's more at the 3, I would say. I would say it's the 3. You could say it's the 4, but it doesn't matter. Let's watch Dexter Lawrence's. We'll start with a collection of his pass rush pressures last year from Next Gen Stats. And he only had a half a sack, right? On some places even said 0. But you can see that he's still a very good pass rusher on tape. This is a good left guard, very good left guard in Tyler Smith. And he is struggling. You see this? Like the power and the intensity that Lawrence is hitting him with, the strength, the agility to get right there. You see how he's got to dip his feet through there and not get tangled up. You're taking a Pro Bowl level guard on a ride right there. That's pretty impressive for our first clip of Dexter Lawrence. And here he is more now kicked inside to the A-gap. He's kind of more shaded inside of Tyler Smith there. He gets the stunt here. The defensive end goes inside, and you're going to see Tyler Smith going to grab Lawrence by the collar here, highlighting his hand there for you. And that's what's really going to stop Lawrence from getting this sack. It should have been a sack, but that pull right there is what's going to kill it. But again, you see he's giving a top-level guard everything he can handle. Here is more to the outside of the left guard again. I mean, I love this one for right there, the technique. Grabbing those wrists, those forearms, lifting them out of there, and watch how it affects the guard. You're not using your hands at all to block at that point. Just allows him to run right through them. So you're getting great technique here, plus the rare combo of size, power, explosiveness that Dexter Lawrence has. He's on the left side this time. Going against Trey Smith. Goes with the power, opens him up. We'll see right here as he's attacking the outside shoulder first on his get off, but his hand lands right here because he's going to try and lift and open this access inside. Open the door inside, right? So even though he's attacking out here, he's doing it with an effort to get inside. You see how he hit that arm and then swim inside and gets the pressure. Oh, it's caught. Nice. Next play here. Lawrence more at the nose this time, just shaded inside of the right guard. And because he was shaded inside, that's why I wanted to note it, looked like he could potentially go this way. So the guard at the snap, really good get off, but jumped inside of him. And Lawrence used that against him very quickly. You see how quick both these guys are really reacting here. Like even the guard who sees Lawrence to the inside, and Lawrence sees him jump inside and goes outside. Bang. And at that point, good luck trying to beat him back to your spot and getting a hand on him. It just blows up that play from the start. Slight little error potentially from that guard because the tackle didn't also block that way. So, like, you kind of need to know what you're doing there altogether. You can't just jump inside. But they may have wanted to jump him inside. I think of the Aaron Donald play to end the game, where same thing. You're like, we can't let Aaron Donald beat us. Jump to this side to force him this way, and then your guard's going to pick him up. So, very similar to that. If you don't do it correctly, which the Bengals didn't in the Super Bowl, Aaron Donald beat them on the final play. You now have your Aaron Donald that can take advantage of mistakes from otherwise plays where, an average defender may not be able to beat him, doesn't have the same ability to just instantly make you pay for it. All right, he's at the nose tackle spot. They've got a really good center here. They've got a really good right guard, Quinn Miners, on the shadow team. Shout out Quinn Miners. But he's going to take on this double team and then try to split the two of them. Again, you see how he lifts that arm on Quinn Miners? Quinn Miners is trying to help. This hand right here that's facing right there, that's Miners. So Lawrence is already lifted from the elbow and lifted it up across his own face. Does that make sense? So hand usage right there. Now you've got a path inside to split that double team and still get a hit on Bo Nix, incomplete pass. So again, I know he had technically 0 sacks last year. His pass rush win rate did not drop. His pressures really did not drop. All right, lined up directly over the center here. That might be Cam Jurgens. It's not Brett Toth. Not Brett Toth, the other Toth. Kind of just a cleanup pressure from Next Gen Stats. That might be his half a sack there, and I think it is. Remember, Next Gen Stats is just using the chips in their pads. This isn't PFF. PFF would have actual eyes on the play. Well, did. We'll see what PFF turns into in the future. All right, he's at the nose, and he kicked out to go head over just inside the left shoulder of the right guard there. Hands to the head. I mean, I've never seen that technique. But Dexter Lawrence is just, I mean, look at this guy. He's on skates. 77 can never drop his anchor. He just is unable to. Lawrence is just killing this play. Ideally, let's go one more click here, I think. Right there. Ideally, the pocket is what? Here, right? Lawrence should be here if you're protecting well. Instead, he is in your face as the quarterback. And we got the camera there in the face. But that immediately kills that play. Purdy just throws it away. Again, we've seen a couple throwaways here because the quarterback's just like, what is happening? What do you want me to do? All right, he's at the nose, shaded inside. When I say shaded, he's angled that way. You could also say, because some people say shaded as if they're just off the shoulder. Both have been correct. I've had a coach that's called that shaded, and I've had one that's called that shaded, and fine. To me, it doesn't really matter, but because he's still outside the shoulder here, right? His head, it's basically where your head is. But facing this way can give you some advantages to go left and right, in my opinion. It can force the center to do some weird things. So let's watch this here as he's at the spot. Instant power onto the center. Continues to walk him directly into Caleb Williams, right? And he doesn't even have the leverage advantage. Remember watching Geno Atkins? Atkins would be, if I were to draw this, Atkins' hands, he would be a little shorter, but his hands would be underneath, and he'd be walking this guy backwards. Lawrence does not have that advantage here, and it doesn't matter. He's still walking that center directly back, and that's Drew Dolman, right? That's a good center. He just retired, but he was retired at like 28. Quality player. All right, we're back. Got 3 D linemen. This is their 3-4 defense, you could say. And again here, miscommunication probably on the blocking. One guy goes inside, the other guy goes the other way, and we've got a free rusher, and Jordan Love is looking to try to buy time and throws it away. Again, you want to make a mistake. And you know what it is too, why sometimes these great players get the mistakes. Why doesn't BJ Hill get that as often? Well, because the pass rush or the pass blocking plan isn't centered around BJ Hill like it will be for Dexter Lawrence. So midweek or during game planning, they're going to make all these rules for, all right, you want to get him. If he lines up here, I'll get him. You got him. If he lines up here, we got hit this. I mean, they're going to have all these different things built in that they normally don't have for defensive tackles. They don't have them for nose tackles because you don't see another nose tackle that can pass rush like this directly over the center like that. You don't see it. So they won't be as sharp on their rules when they get there. That's my theory, at least. Woo! Goes from the center to the guard. Keeps that. You see the power, right? He's got full length and extension here on this guy. And his toes are back here. His weight is forward, right? Lawrence sees that his weight is forward and off balance. Pulls it away. You give him that full extension. He wants to come forward. Let him come forward. Swim off of it. Now you've got that free rush on that quarterback, and he just misses. That should have been a sack. Could have had potentially another. When I watched this, because I've already seen this film. When I watched this, I thought there was at least 4 sacks in there that he could have had. That's why D tackles don't get as many sacks as ends. They don't convert them at the same rate. Again, power, just absolute nasty power. And it starts with attacking this outside. You're getting 77 to really open up wide here. The gap between the center and 77 is growing pretty well. And now he's going to attack this outside shoulder. And this is after this foot plants because he was coming this way, right? Is that an arrow going that way? That is a terrible arrow. He's going that way, the guard. So once this foot plants, all of his weight is shifted to this foot. He is weak on this side. And now Lawrence, at the correct time, timing is such a big thing in pass rush, is going to attack that side. And now that whole time, you can see how weak that side is of him until he now overcompensates and Lawrence can shed him pretty much to the outside. And we have an incomplete rushed throw with a quarterback throwing that with Dexter Lawrence in his face. All right. Shaded just outside the center and just, geez, man. Right? Like, what are we talking about here? Power, stack them, make sure this isn't a run play, throw them down. Now try and pick me up running back. Yeah, good luck. Kill that play as well. Zach Tom injured on that play. That wasn't who was blocking him, if you saw that at the bottom. All right, he's to the left side this time at more of a 3-tech, really shaded inside, slanted inside, I should say. First thing you see, lifting that elbow, right? That guy threw that punch, lift that elbow out of there. Now you're attacking me with one hand. Does a good job recovering there at left guard. But by then, Lawrence is already starting to get penetration and push. That ball comes out really quick. All right, left side here, A gap. Angled towards the center. Take that center on again. Dead on. Just he does a really good job of attacking one half man here, one side of them, and really opening up those guys. And it's leading to, yeah, he didn't get the sack. Did the others get the sack on the team? Clearly. Darius Alexander, rookie out of Toledo. Is that right? Okay, left side for DeMarcus Lawrence. Going against Tate Ratledge and then Penny Sewell. And we just got to throw away. Don't know what happened there in terms of the offense. I guess we can go back and really get an idea. But looked like they wanted to roll out to the right, sprint right. And yeah, Lawrence was right there. Now he's over, just shaded outside of the center here, angled towards him. Got the double team, just eyeing the QB until others get there. So this is a good play to show, like, you're not always actually trying to win. Sometimes you are just trying to let the blitz get home. And that's what he was doing there. But you still have to protect in case the quarterback leaves. So you see the whole difference in his stance, right? First he's going head up, angled inwards, and then he changes it and goes angled outward. And what did he see that allowed him to do that? Was it the protection call? Was it May seeing that potential blitzes maybe over here and changes the call? He hears everyone up front, and then he changes it. Why did he change it? Is the guard going to go out that way? Looks like it. Now he knows that center's not going to have that chance to really get to him. Just beats him off the line. Ball comes out quick. So he had to have known what the protection was there. Again, a veteran player that wins. He takes advantage of a lot of mistakes from the offense pretty routinely. And it's got to be because he's hearing stuff like that and he knows what he's doing. I mean, look at him jump all the way outside here from the A gap to the B gap. These guys, both guys are like, what just happened there? Causes Marcus Mariota to take off and run for a 2-yard gain. We'll take a 2-yard gain all day on defense. That's, again, Lawrence creating outside. He's standing up here. Here's the protection. Changes, gets his hand down. Power against that guard. Man. The guard's going to come get him here. Lifts that elbow up again. Anytime you can get these guys to go like this, their objective is to get back inside, but can you beat them there and power through them at that point? Good adjustment. Addison dropped. But yeah, we're talking really good technique, power explosion ratio. Rare player. Absolutely rare player. Just power on the center again, right? It's a good get off. You can see how much he's upfield compared to everyone else on the D-line. Gets inside of him. Now he's got the full extension, and at that point he can just walk him through. And if he ever feels the power shift on the blocker, he goes the other way with it, and it feels like equally he can go either way. He just is in full control here. And these are mostly one-on-one blocks because that's when you're going to get your pressures. Because he forces you to eventually say, you know what, I think we can block him one-on-one on this time, on this play. And it's a bad bet to make. I don't think you can. That's more of a proximity pressure. We won't look at that one again. Someone else got it. He was just in the area. Lawrence on the left side here against 74. Is that Donovan Jackson? Ohio State. Let's see what he can do against the rookie here. And again, one false step inside. Is that on the play action? And you're beat. And that's it. Oh, because it's a screen. That's why. Ends up being a gain of 8, solid for the offense. But just the quickness off the snap there for Lawrence was pretty impressive. All right, where is he here? It's got to be on the right side here. Going against Tyler Booker. Tyler Booker is a strong, and he was really good in pass pro last year. He is a strong rookie, but he's a rookie. Gets out there in good time, punches that outside shoulder, even has Terrence Steele to help there for a little bit until Steele has to get this edge guy. But it doesn't matter if you can, number one, Lawrence has control of this hand. Can you see how Booker's hand's like this? He's got to have it like that. The other side, he's got this hand, and he's lifting that out of there. So his hands are extremely good. They land pretty consistently. Now as Booker's trying to regain, right, well, let's say we want to get like this, Lawrence is now going to have his chest and going to completely start walking him backwards, bending his back backwards. You're not supposed to, as a lineman, be like this. That is showing that you're losing this rep big time. And the quarterback is still able to get out of there. And Joe Milton, right, gained 12 yards. Largely because no one else was there to make the play. But that was 3rd and long. And you can see how these guys are holding up the 4th down. Fist. All right, Lawrence at the nose again. He and Brian Burns talking a little bit there. Lawrence is going to attack this A gap, allow the blitzer to come the other way. And again, this is how you help your star as well. As the double team's there, if we send another blitzer here, we're going to have to force the center to go off and get him. And what it is you've already got half a man on Booker here. So once the center goes off, now Booker with just half his body has to try and stop Lawrence. Good luck. It's already too late. All right, it's already gone. Throwaway. And a hit on the QB. So just by sending the blitz around Lawrence, you can help him out a ton. Let's look at some of his run defense plays, huh? And now some of his run defense plays here. Lawrence here at nose tackle again. You see him hold up and see the vision, right? We always talk about this with defensive tackles. Right there, sees the eyes, sees where the running back is heading. Knows I can watch just a little bit longer, make sure the quarterback didn't keep it, even though the end's got that, because Lawrence is confident enough that he can shed him, reach his arm out, make the stop, right? So very controlling if you want to block him one-on-one. And he's not always getting double-teamed. A lot of these flashes we're going to see in this film from offense and from the pass rush and the run defense point, he's not always getting double teamed. Sometimes he is. And when he does, here he is going to take on 2. You see that foot get back. That's your post foot. Excuse me, I had a hiccup there. And he's going to work his way into the hole, shed basically both guys. I mean, he kind of let this guy come off of him, but the center had no shot, or the right guard. Yeah, it was Cosme, wasn't it? No shot, as Lawrence finds himself in the hole facing eye to eye with the running back. Now against the Cowboys, and Cooper Beebe at center. Tyler Booker at right guard. See if they end up with a double team on him. Yep. Oh, we're pulling. That's why. So Booker here is at a disadvantage. You can see Lawrence has his hands inside. He is just going to toss him. Oh, kind of a stalemate there. Booker did a good job of staying with him, recovering. Didn't completely get him out of there. And we've lost some ground here. We went from here to here. So we've lost a little bit of ground here, but let's watch and see what happens at this point. Yeah. Just toss the 330-pound rookie, right? There he is at nose. Shaded over the angled inside of the center here. Let's see. Kind of a center's going to get his push, then release as Tyler Smith tries to get out in front, which he does a good job of, but Lawrence is getting underneath. Look at his hand in his chest, driving him backwards, bending him backwards, tossing him out of the club, and making a tackle. Again, that's Tyler Smith. If you don't know, first round pick, Tyler Smith is good. Cowboys, very good offensive line. We're going to see Cowboys and Eagles low lights here as we're watching Dexter Lawrence. Look at his wide stance. Both hands nearly on the ground. Very unique stance. Allows them to take on both guys here, though. Booker's getting a little bit of push with Cooper Beebe. Those are 2 quality players. We would have taken both guys, right? And then just holding up long enough to, and you see when you're holding this double team up long enough, this would be a good example. When you're holding them up and tying them up enough, your linebackers are free. So watch the linebackers here be able to freely jump into holes. Now they kind of jumped around and looked crazy. Bobby Okereke gets smoked. But they did have the ability to freely see what's happening without a guy directly in their face. Okay, Lawrence over top of Booker. It's a run stop. Oh, I see, because it's a screen pass. Oh. Just run right through him. I mean, he's the biggest guy in the field. One of the freakiest athletes. Normally, nose tackles aren't worth the selection, right, in the first round. Lawrence has been completely worth it. All right, lined up over Creed Humphrey here in his wide stance. Ready to defend the run. Takes on Creed Humphrey. No ground given up, really. If anything, he's stalled him out pretty well. He gets his eyes inside here. We see the running backs going this way. Let's see if Lawrence can adjust and get out there. Yes, he can. Controlling maybe the best center in the league. Getting his eyes on the ball carrier, accurately seeing it, discarding him, getting into the hole to make a stop. Textbook, right? That's what it looks like now against the Chargers. I got him a little bit. Center's pulling. Guard's going to block down and get him. Kind of traps him, right? It creates a natural seal. You see it right there. Now this guy's going to come up and get 53. Creates a natural seal for Lawrence, but Lawrence is just too strong. He doesn't ever let you get it. Plus the end wins, so that helps. But Lawrence just never gave up any ground, and if anything, was advancing towards the hole that the run is designed to go to. If you're going to block him one-on-one, you got to be quick. Quicker than that. Again, this center is trying his best. He's lower than him. His hands are inside, but Lawrence is okay with that. He sees, right? And then toss him off once the quarterback wants to run that way. One-handed, just go down, son. Is that Spencer Rattler? Got a few more here in run defense that we'll watch. He's going against the Saints here. He is really crouched as close as he can. Remember McKinley Jackson? McKinley Jackson will be back here. Taking on the double team. But really, I like this. This is why I was teaching kids when I was doing D-line coaching. Now that my son is not on that team anymore, I don't do it. But Don't worry about this guy so much. Stay locked in with one. Attack one guy if you can. Now, sometimes you really need to hold up both guys to allow these guys to shoot their gaps. But in this scenario, watch how he just kind of, yeah, you want to hit me, fine. You're not really going to discard me too or push me upfield too much. And then because I can control that center, as you see right here, throw him down, get in the hole. Like, he was in control that whole time. Despite two guys, despite having a guy in front of him, he's locked in, and it's like, whatever. When do you want me to discard and make a play? All right. Going against Toth. Again, same thing. This is a backup level player here, Toth is. But locking him out, getting eyes in the backfield, knowing what's happening, and then getting an arm out in that hole. It's just run, stop after run, stop after run, stop. And yeah, these are the highlights. There are some other times where he's gotten blown back a little bit. I had someone in the chat when we did the live reaction. There's Lawrence here. What do we got? A tush push? Let's see it against Cam Jurgens. Does he get under him? Oh, he doesn't. Doesn't really move either. He's the only guy really not moving. But I had someone say he's not that great of a run stopper. He's a pass rusher. What? No. That's just not right in any way. Lawrence, here he is again here. Another tush push scenario. Stopped him again. No touchdown. I wouldn't be surprised if they went one more time. Probably got it the next time, right? That's what the Eagles do. They'll keep hammering it home. Lawrence, left side here. Going against Tyler Steen, I'm assuming. Yeah. Just, again, Lane Johnson wants to get the extra rib shot there. Look how Lawrence gets lifted a little bit, keeps his feet clean. Like, he could have easily gotten tripped up here, right? Watch his foot here. Almost hit the center, keeps himself clean, tiptoes around it, gets back on his feet, and makes the tackle. Because he's so vertically explosive as a pass rusher, it's so jarring to watch him as a run defender as well. Just be so strong and smart, great hand placement. Block shedding is off the chain. Off the charts is what I wanted to say. It's not 1999 anymore. See, this is what I think some would say is when he gets blown back a little bit. Watch the double team. Yeah, it got him back 2 yards. Now let's see what he does with it with that. Again, the vision. Inside, you see the running back. Outside, see the running back. Get a hand out there, make a stop. They went for 3 yards. You will take 3 yards anytime it's not 3rd and 3 or less. We'll give up 3. That is a run stop. And this could be our last one here against the Eagles. There are more, but we're trying to keep the time within a reason. And they all look like this. Going against Brett Toth again and just walking him back. Oh, I think we've seen this one. Yeah, this is where he gets the half sack. We saw this one in the pass rush one. We got one more play. Let's go one more. This will be the last one now. This is one we haven't seen. Lawrence in his wide stance. They're going to get the guard out in front of him. I think that's Landon Dickerson. Looks like 69. Oh, that could have been an injury right there. And it's not anyone's fault. Lane Johnson kind of goes down. He gets tripped between them. Dexter Lawrence is down and gets up and makes a play. That'll be our last one for run defense. I love it. So that's film on Dexter Lawrence. Obviously still a impact player. I mean, such a rare player at that position. There's nobody else like him. I don't know if we've ever seen anyone like Dexter Lawrence. And when I say that, it's because you don't see pass rushers at nose tackle to this level. It's like a running back being able to catch 150 balls. It's like a tight end that you can hand the ball to and he would get 800 yards rushing. It's a very rare combo to see a guy that can do all of these things. I think it's worth the 10th pick. We talked about draft ramifications on the last episode. If you are looking for that and looking to further that discussion, but we will have draft content has changed for this week, right? The plan has changed. No longer are we going over different mock drafts and sleepers and talking about the 10th pick because Dexter Lawrence changes all of that. The Bengals made a change there. They made that decision that the guys at 10 probably weren't going to be worth what we can give up in order to acquire Lawrence. And I agree. So we move on to mock drafts for pick 41 and beyond on this channel here, presented by First Star Logistics, my partners that now have been over 3 years. I don't think they're trading me away for a 10th pick. I think they value me a little bit more than that, and I appreciate First Star for that. If you're looking for a job in the logistics industry, head over to firststarlogistics.com. Looks like a great place to work, and they're hiring more than just logistics, right? They have people in the office that do other things. So if you're looking for a job and want to get with a team, get with a team, like a championship level team like First Star Logistics. Head on over to their website and apply today. But hit the like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell here on YouTube because the content schedule will be a little bit different this week. And you want to know when those mock drafts drop, when we go live, when we stream, when we make a new video for the draft picks. It's going to be hot this week. It's going to be a lot of content. So stay up to it. Until next time, Hoo day.